Michael Quander joining us live now from home to explain all of this. Morning, Michael.
Hey, good morning, Annie. Look, the first Pride was a riot. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender people demanding equality and fighting to be treated just fairly. Now, people of color were at the forefront of that protest, and now today, black LGBTQ people want to make sure that their voices are being heard in this current fight for black lives.
My name is Derek Petit. I am a gay man, gay black man, and I identify as he, him.
I am CC Green. I identify as an androgynous person, and I use all types of different pronouns depending on how I feel.
This has been the best Pride Month I've seen in many years. This Pride Month, because of the connection to Black Lives Matter, has basically went back to its roots. Pride was not a parade. Pride was started as a uprising to get their rights.
Pride was a riot, and not only was Pride was a riot, and those was some black folks too, right? Those was some black folks too saying enough is enough.
When you hear that phrase, all Black Lives Matter, what does that mean to you?
It has to encompass the LGBTQ community. When we go into the community, before anyone knows about our sexuality, before anyone knows anything about us, they see a black person.
There are tons and tons of times that we have this conversation about Black Lives Matter, and whether it is implied or directly stated, members of the LGBT community are not a part of that conversation. It does just make you feel really sad because for Black queer people, there is this sort of quest for a home space, and you go into the queer community as a Black person and you experience all this racism and you're like, oh man, I feel like I don't belong here. And then you try to go back to the Black community where you felt like you belong, and you get there and you're like, oh man, there's all this homophobia here.
When you have to fight against that sense of racism, and then you have to fight against this sense of discrimination in the Black, it puts you to the point where you don't know what to do.
If I had to sum it up, I would just say conversations, conversations, conversations. Keep having these conversations, keep talking to each other, keep working past sort of the level of discomfort that having these conversations might make you feel.
Those conversations super important here. Now, I want to be clear that black LGBTQ people have been involved in planning some of the protests that we have seen here in current days. But I can tell you that they just want to make sure that their voices are still being heard and still being included, especially black trans voices in this fight. Zoe?
Important to highlight that too. All right, Quander, thank you.